Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Ramadan TV. My name is Julie Ali and lovely to be in your company yet again. On the show today, we'll be talking with Bibi Patel. She's out in Mpumalanga and she's here to talk to us about good night's sleep. She's a good night's sleep consultant and she's going to give us tips obviously in how we and our little ones, our little darlings, can actually have a really good night's sleep. Bibi Patel, Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah so much for having me, Sister Julie.
Okay, great to have you on the show. And of course, the all-important issue is very especially if you have little ones. I was told by one of your colleagues that you devised a wonderful program for Muslim children, very especially in the month of Ramadan. Now, alhamdulillah, we're almost at the end of Ramadan, but I have no doubt in my mind that what you have devised for Ramadan can be utilized post-Ramadan and will still be equally effective. So before we even get to all of those questions, how come you've become a good night's sleep consultant?
Sister Julie, I think my journey into researching better sleep and wanting better sleep came about when I had my son 7 years ago, my firstborn, and I was always very certain that I wanted to implement good sleep hygiene for my baby, because if baby is sleeping well, mom sleeps well, and we can have a much more smoother and happier family unit. So my research began 7 years ago with my son. I was doing it in an individual capacity, just going along with what I learned, what I read, what I researched, and alhamdulillah, my son was a good sleeper. And subsequently, lots of friends, family came to, come ask me for advice. Your son is sleeping so well. What tips can we have as well? And like I said, still from a purely personal basis that I was doing this after my son. But then I was gifted with twins. I had twin girls, alhamdulillah, as well. And after my twin girls, I mean, goodness, they threw me for a loop. We had certainly had sleep challenges as well. But again, with lots of research, alhamdulillah, I really then began to discover that sleep was my passion. And more importantly, getting better sleep for moms and their children. And that is where my journey with Good Night began. I looked for a company that suited my philosophy with regards to sleep. I wanted a company that shared the same values as I. And alhamdulillah, Good Night has been a good fit. It continues to be a good fit. And loving working with the team. We are a team of 23 ladies across South Africa and in other parts of the world, helping parents internationally with better sleep for their babies and their toddlers.
Okay, so let's understand when and how you implement this program with your little ones. What is the best time? How old must the child be or the baby be when you introduce this concept to them, and how much of hard work is involved? How long do you kind of work at it till you start seeing results?
Okay, so we always maintain it's never too early or never too late to implement good sleep, better sleep habits for you and your baby. So our programs actually start from newborn babies. So from the time, from the time a mom is expecting, because we do have maternity preparation packages where a first-time mom or even a second-time around mom, when she's expecting, we can just give her some guidelines on what to expect when her baby does come into this world. And then we've got the newborn package, which is 0 to 23 months of age. And then we do older babies right up until the age of 6 years and 9 years old as well, that we cater for. So it's from the time your baby is born right up until 9 years of age for your child.
Now, what I'm battling with in terms of newborn babies, young moms are often told that when babies are tiny in the infant weeks, they should demand feed them and don't put them into a routine too early. I'm wondering why there is that thinking, and if we're wanting them to get into healthy sleeping patterns, is a mom going to know when is the right time?
And I think that's the reason why we do the maternity preparation package. The newborn phase can be a very challenging time for a mom. And there's so much happening with regards to your baby. developmentally as well. So when it comes to sleep, we talk mainly about the circadian rhythm. Allah Ta'ala has created an internal biological clock, which is our circadian rhythm, and this drives our need for sleep. So newborn babies have an immature and underdeveloped circadian rhythm. It's not a very realistic expectation for a mom with an 8-week-old baby to say, I want my baby in a routine. Your baby is still a little bit too young for a routine. But the reason why we do recommend demand feeding in the early stages of your newborn life is because feeding is one of the quickest ways to develop that circadian rhythm. So in the newborn phase of 0 to 12 weeks, we always break it up into expectation, managing mom's expectation that 0 to 6 weeks, this is what mom can focus on. 6 to 8 weeks, this is what mom should be working on. And then 8 to 10 weeks, and then 10 to 12 weeks and older, that is when your baby's circadian rhythm is developing. Melatonin, our sleep hormone, is beginning to be produced in your baby's body at around this time. Your baby does not have melatonin prior to this stage. And that is the time where you can then look at developing, I don't like the word routine. I think it sounds very rigid and structured, but kind of start creating a rhythm and a guide to your day. So at least mom knows what kind of day she can expect. Your baby can also thrive on that rhythm and guide. And then as your baby gets older, you can definitely then shift from a rhythm and a guide to a routine. You can definitely do that as your baby gets older.
So I'm understanding that from 3 months and older, you can start this program with your baby. So get your baby into a healthy sleeping pattern and just have this rhythm going, alhamdulillah, so that you too as a mom get good quality sleep. And there's nothing worse than a grumpy baby and a grumpy mom. Typically, how long does it take for mom to be able to, have taught baby, if that's the right terminology, to start sleeping? And what is the techniques that you people use here?
Okay, so when it comes to a time frame, our packages are generally a 2-week package where we are with the moms for 2 weeks. Oh, wow. With newborn babies, it's a little bit longer. We are with the moms for 4 weeks. So it's a full month that we are with moms for newborn babies, simply because, like I said, in the newborn phase, there's so much happening. So we do want to guide and support moms a little bit more, especially in the newborn phase, because it can be such an inconsistent period and a frustrating time for mom also to understand. And she's just learning her baby's cues, understanding what her baby needs. So we are with moms with newborn babies for a little bit longer, but on average, it definitely takes, it's a 2 weeks support period where we are with the moms, but by about 10 days, you definitely are at that point where it's smoother sailing. Mom knows what she's doing. Baby is thriving on the changes that we've made. So it is generally a 2-week package where we are with moms.
Have you ever found situations where mom's gone through this program, and whilst you as a consultant has spent a week or 2 with her, helping her train the baby, that after you've left, baby goes back to his or her old patterns and mom's terribly frustrated?
It can happen, definitely, Sister Julie. I will not deny it can happen. The thing with a baby is that they are in a constant state of flux. Things are always changing with babies. There's going to be teething. There are going to be moments when they are ill. Regression happens. Sleep regressions are always going to be occurring. So our aim is to create and empower moms, to create independent moms, so that when I leave a mom at the end of the 2-week period, I have given this mom enough tools so that when her baby is ill, or if her baby is going through teething or a sleep regression, if her baby has to be hospitalized, this mom will know what boundaries can she still keep to, what can she just let go and be flexible about, so that when this period of change has passed and her baby's back to feeling better, then she can pick up and just go on and reinforce those good habits that we had implemented whilst I was with her.
Okay, you talk about spending time with mom. Are you suggesting that you physically will be spending at the mom's home, come and spend an hour or 2? That's what I'm assuming is involved here. An hour or 2 for a period of maybe a week or 2, and train mom in how to train the baby to sleep better?
Okay, so pre-COVID, it used to be that so our process initially starts with mom sending us a 10-page questionnaire. She has to answer 10 pages of
Ooh.
information about her baby, family dynamic, routine, what is going on at the moment, what does mom want to achieve at the end of the program, so that I have a full understanding of what does this mom need. And then once she sends that questionnaire back through to me, then I can create her plan. We call it the sleep plan document. And once that sleep plan document is ready, pre-COVID, we used to go to the mom's house, sit for a 1.5 hour consultation at mom's house, and do the consultation face to face. But however, since COVID, we have moved to an online platform. Alhamdulillah for technology, which has given us the ease of still being able to virtually sit across with mom and still do the 1.5 hour consultation. And thereafter, after this 1.5 hour consultation where we are with moms to just guide and just prepare her what we're going to do, how we're going to go about doing it, then for 2 weeks, I will be checking in with her pretty much every single day. It's phone calls, it's unlimited WhatsApp as well. And that's in essence how our support period works for the 2 weeks.
Okay, so in total, how many hours are you spending with mom?
Oh, goodness. I think it's difficult to quantify. It depends on every mom. Some moms are very confident. They know what they're doing. And it's just a matter of me checking in with them in the morning, give them perhaps a phone call we do about 4 to 5 phone calls in the 3 to 4, 4 to 5 phone calls in the 2-week process. So if things are going really well, then I tell my moms I don't speak to her, over the phone very often because we're progressing as it needs to be happening. I just check in with her every morning. Moms are required to complete what we call sleep logs. So there is a sense of accountability that mom has to obviously do as we ask her to do. If she does not follow the sleep plan, then obviously we're not going to get results. So the sleep log gives a mom a sense of accountability, and I can then check in and make sure that mom is doing as we've asked her to. So that is me checking in with the mom every morning, doing 4 to 5 phone calls in the 2-week process. But obviously, if she needs me during the day, if she needs to send me a WhatsApp, if she doesn't know what time to put her baby for a nap, if she's unsure about anything about the routine, she can definitely send me a message and I will then respond to her.
Okay, so you're just a call away, and that's very reassuring to note. But let's go for our first ad break. Inshallah, we'll be back and continue this discussion with our lovely guest, Bibi Patel. She is a good night sleep consultant.